All right, guys. So with Iceborne getting ready to release in a couple weeks, if you're like me, you've been doing some hardcore grinding and saving of a lot of items and gemstones and deco hunting. You've just been all over the map trying to prepare for what they have in store for us in the next iteration of Monster Hunter, right? So, out of all the things that I've personally been doing, I recently obtained all of the decorations in the game, right? So, with that, the first thing that came to mind was there's still some decorations that we don't have, or at least skills in the game that have not been transformed into decorations. So, with that being said, what new things could they add as far as decoration lists that would enhance what we're looking for in the future, right? So I started looking around and I started looking at some of the set bonuses that are already some decorations. But what about the ones that aren't? Were they too overpowered for this version of the game? Did they just not think they were viable at all? Like what was the hindrance? But right now, I'm gonna go over all the ones that I think should or should not be in the game when Iceborne comes around. So the first one that you come across while going through you're leveling up and you're trying to get your chops up and everything, you notice that Anjanath actually has a set bonus and adrenaline, right? So when compared to some of the other things that we have in the game, like stamina surge, like marathon runner, stuff like that, the skill just pales in comparison to at least have to wear this low rank Anjanath armor. But who's to say that adrenaline wouldn't have been a good skill to have slotted into your armor that you already had without having the hindrance of wearing two lowly pieces of Anjanath armor, right? Some of the best armor you get in the beginning of the game, but as far as a lot of you are concerned or know by now, this is not what you rock towards the end of the game when taking on AT Nergigante or anything, right? But adrenaline, think about it, temporarily reduces stamina depletion when health is at 40% or lower. I think this could actually be beneficial if a couple things changed, right? Or at least if we knew some better stats on it, like how long is temporarily in actual seconds, and how much stamina depletion are we talking about? Like how much is being cut? Are we talking about like 30 seconds and 30% plus on the stamina reduction? So depending on those numbers, it could be busted or it could be just something else that just adds to the loot table, right? But regardless of the fact, I think we can have it. And in fact, on top of telling you what I think should be in the game, I'm gonna tell you the level of decoration I think it should be. I think that one personally should be a 2 slaughter. Not a 1 slaughter, it's not that good unless you made it to where it's stacked or something like that. Then maybe 1 slaughter with low stats, right? But I think if it's an okay number, 2 should be fine. Then you got the 4-piece, right? Now the 4-piece stamina cap up is on a lot of different armor in the game already. So you're not pigeonholed into having to wear this. But it's a nice thing to have. So imagine this being like a level 3 decoration. I don't think it would be busted, not at least in the new game. Maybe in this game with the way that bow and a couple other things work with the stamina gauge, then probably having it as a decoration was a bad thing to have in this version of the game. But with higher difficulties coming, different terrain and stuff like that, I believe that stamina cap up deco would fit nicely into what we could start to build and do in the future, right? All right. So the next thing is all the way down here. Hold on, wait. So I skipped this on purpose because unless they do something with poison, there's no reason for poison duration to be up. Like there's no reason for this to be a decoration. It's just not. Maybe if we get a version of deadly poison that the monsters can do to us now, maybe if we could do it to them and then have this deco slotted, then you might make me a believer. But as far as I know right now, from the notes that we've been given from the developers, nothing has been done on our end as far as inflicting poison and poison damage to monsters. So, nah, we're gonna skip straight down to the damn Legiana. Where art thou, Legiana? Oh, well, Zora, right? Zora is another thing that I don't think it doesn't warrant my time, but guess what? I'm gonna stop and talk about it for a second. Just a second. Since there's a cap on the amount of times that you can status afflict a monster, unless they do something about that cap or raise the, I don't know, the damage on stuff like blast or I don't know, some modifier to sleep or something. Another useless decoration. If anything, they would probably add both of them just to be in the loot pool tables to kind of throw off you getting some of the other better decorations that I want to get to. So the next thing should be the damn Legiana. We're out there, Legiana. There we go. All right. So Legiana, good luck. Has a good chance of increased quest rewards. I think this would be a great thing to have because you could combo it with other skills in the game that could be turned into decorations and basically have a actual farming set. A real farming set. That's kind of busted. Not really. I mean, you still have to beat the monster. You still have to perform correctly, right? But I mean, for those who get it down, and maybe you're just having a hard luck with that gem, and you don't want to use your gold print, slap on your farm stuff, really learn that pattern, and then get in there. And then you could even go as far as to like make it stackable, maybe level 1 gems, you know, level 1 decos, but have a low percentile chance, and maybe a max on that too, max 3 or something like that. If not, then slap it as a level 2 deco, and then it'll be good to go with some other farming stuff. Put that with like, well, I don't want to spoil what I got on the list, but yeah, you get my idea. Next should be the good old boy Odo. So just like with Legiana, one of the skills is already a decoration. With Legiana, it was the Bow Charge Plus, and with Oda Garon, it was Protective Polish. So we're going to focus on the 2-piece set bonus, right? Punishing Draw adds a stun effect to draw attacks and slightly increases attack power. I like it. I like it. I like so much that maybe it might be too busted to be in the game. At least this version of the game, but depending on how numbers add up and the weapons we get, etc., etc., this might be busted. Definitely could boost up stuff like Greatsword and Hammer, things that usually take advantage of Raw. I know they said they killed Raw, or at least are trying to discourage people from going full Raw with their damage and want to focus more on the elemental side. However, you can keep Raw alive with stuff like Critical Draw, like Punishing Draw, stuff like that. So, I don't know. Keep it in mind, Capcom. Next, we should have the Rathalos. Alright. So, we all know, well, you know, if you haven't gotten it yet, Mind's Eye Ballistic is already a thing in the game. So, yeah. Sorry if you don't got it. But, Critical Element. Now, you're going to say Chaos. It's on a couple different other things already, like weapons. Why would you want it as a decoration? Because, for the sole fact, the developers themselves have already said that they want more elemental damage in the game. So what more to encourage us by doing it? We have a non-elemental boost in the game. It's getting cut from 10% to 5%, but it's still in the game. So why not give us critical element? And I don't count Coolvay weapons and stuff like that. That's completely RNG. You can fail Coolvay, claim the boxes, and still get the ice charge blade that everybody's been wanting and didn't do a damn thing for it. So there's no real skill earned behind that. And some would say same thing for the decorations as well. But the S tier decorations usually require you to do the harder content if you want a shot at those decorations. Tempered dragons, arch tempered dragons, stuff like that usually resolve in the better decoration table pool. So do the hard stuff, but put it in the game. It should be encouraged. Yeah. Diablos. Diablos should be next. Where you at? Rasol is the same, so we're not gonna go with that. Alright, so just like we were talking about, non-elemental boost. Non-elemental boost Deco is in the game. Yes, it's getting nerfed at 50% flat. It goes from 10% to 5% boost, but that's neither here nor there. What we came for is Bludgeoner. Raises the attack as your weapon loses sharpness. Also boosts ranged weapons, melee attacks, and odds for stunning. Like, there's no reason why this shouldn't be in the game. It encourages you to fight through sharpness loss, and I can't see there being that big of a boost unless they really put a really big boost on how much damage you're doing dependent on your sharpness level. Like, let's say by the time you get down to green or yellow, you're doing more than 50% of your weapon's damage at that point because it's so low. Then not only would that serve to probably be overpowered, it would probably become the meta. Purposefully pick a weapon that has like low sharpness just to get to the sharpness gauges you want faster in order to do the damage. That might spell a problem. So that's a tricky one. But depending on how you tune it, it could be in the game. So yeah, let me get that. Nero's the same. Guard up from Urgon is already a decoration, so good luck on that. Basil though, so guts. I've only seen guts on weapons and little stuff here and there, like your charms. But what if we could slot this? Like, this would be perfectly fine as a balance to ward off insta deaths from like the master rank. Like, for sure, like master rank's gonna be tough, bring it on. But also provide me maybe a couple extra incentives for staying alive, like guts, constantly healing my teammates. If I know everybody has guts, there's like a threshold for which you can not die if you take damage above the threshold. So this encourages a couple good methods of gameplay. I think there's nothing wrong with having it in the game. Extra survivability would make people want to play longer and get through the harder content. Next up would be Nergi. So Nergi, right? Where art thou? Alright, hasten recovery. Most of you can agree or will agree that hasten recovery is one of the weakest healing set buffs in the game. It's really not worth it. Like, outside of just wearing Nergi armor, that's actually naturally good by itself. The skill, however, is all for naught. Even when you put health up, recovery up, stuff like that, it's really not worth it. And for that Mac of a fatter Mac, like, it would be like a level 3 decoration, and you would definitely, it would just definitely be there for the loot pool. Nothing, like, I would not be happy receiving this decoration, for sure. It'd be okay in place of stuff that you don't have, or if you just have an extra slot. But sure, go ahead. Also, I'd make it a level 3 decoration. Next is Teostra, Master's Touch. Now, I know at the beginning when I said it, the first thing a lot of you probably said was, oh, I would definitely love to have Master's Touch as a decoration. No, wrong. Hell no. It's too powerful as it is, and that's why it should stay locked to wearing it in armor. As a decoration, no. Especially when you pair this type of thing with the new clutch claw that's coming out. You can basically make anything a weak point. So imagine pairing that with a deco as free. That's free. No. Not unless the monsters are that hard and it calls for me and my group to pretty much make the monster a big walking, flying weak spot. But no. This and a couple other skills I just don't believe should be decorations. Yes, I do believe there are some skills that shouldn't be decorations. Get over it or turn off the video. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. You're trying to make Monster Hunter too easy at that point. It's supposed to be a little challenging. Kushala de Aura. So, I would like to see this as a deco for the simple fact that it would take the Wind Nullify skill that we already have and condense it. I would like to condense that into one decoration, and it could be a level 3. I am fine with that. Just put it in the game. It would make a lot of fights, like probably Nightshade Palomo that's coming up, Kushala de Aura, and all the other monsters that have wind pressure, especially Lunastra. Yeah, it would make those fights a little bit more tolerable and overall improve the quality of life. I'll hunt for the damn deco. Just put it in the game. Val Hazak. Now, a lot of us use our survivability sets and tanky sets along with super recovery. I do believe it would help with survivability, and it's way better than hasten recovery. So you got every flag in the book for me to say a go-go. Also, make that a level 3 decoration. Some of these definitely deserve to be level 3 decorations. You'd have to plan around putting them and slotting them with some of your other stuff. It's just to make sure that the power creep, that you're just not, they can't all be level 1 decorations and then you just slam all of them into one build. That also, once again, defeats the purpose. I want them to be at a nice slot size, but also worthy of being a deco. Next would be Kieran, Capture Master. So, I think this should definitely be in the game for a couple reasons. It would help encourage farming, and you can't really abuse it because elders have the best gear and can't be captured. And so you start to combo it with Legion of Favor or things that increase luck or quest rewards, and that goes back to the whole farming set that I was talking about earlier. Like, why not? Give it to me. I'm willing. I personally have like 970 plus hours in the game. I don't have a problem with farming, but it would have been nice to have not needed all those hours to farm some of the stuff in the game, especially like decorations. If decorations are going to be a part of my quest reward, I would love to wear pieces of armor that would increase the chances of me actually getting it. I'm just saying, help me out here. Also, make that a level 3. And I don't think it should stack either. No. We're not doing any stacking on that. Flat, couple extra boxes or something like that, and then move on. Xeno Jiva. Okay. So it has 2, so it's a little tricky to decipher. So I broke both of them down. Razor Sharp is not as powerful as Master's Touch. So I think it should make it. It's definitely not as powerful. You're still going to lose sharpness. It's not infinite sharpness. So it means unless you play extremely clean, which it doesn't even matter if you play extremely clean. You're going to lose sharpness regardless. So why not? It'll just cut that in half, extend the fight a little bit longer, maybe make you tighten up some stuff. I don't know. But I know it's not as strong as Master's Touch, and therefore should arrive at a level 3 decoration slot. Spare shot, on the other hand, hard no. Hard no, but like, it's really powerful even when you wear it on sets or when like the Lunastra bowgun has it on the actual weapon. It's strong. It's really strong, and even with the nerfs to light bowgun coming up in Iceborne, I still believe that it would make it too powerful. Just to have as a decoration? No way. No way. Try again, bud. Alright. Guild Cross with great luck, right? High chance of increased quest rewards. Goes right back to what we were talking about with the farming. But since it's the great version, not only do I believe it should be limited to 1, but it should definitely be a level 3 and shouldn't stack with other luck decos, luck-based decos. Something like, not Capture Master, more say, but like with the other one where it's just like good luck from Legiana Favorite. No way. No way. The commission. Okay, Carving Master. Carving Master should work just like Kieran's Capture Master, just to help with that farming. Maybe, so since it's a little different, I'll read it out to you. Lets you carve 1 additional time, right? So for that matter, I think we should limit it to 2, and they should be level 3 slots. So you really want to dedicate to killing the monster and trying to go for its stuff, right? So this would work on Elder Dragons. This would be the other opposite end of Kieran's hoop and allow you to kill like the higher end content and try and go for carves so you can try and get that gem or that extra part that you broke that you're really looking for to complete, like that lance or that gun lance or more lances. No, but that part that you want, right? Like, I think that would definitely be good, and especially if you made him a level 3, you're starting to look at an entire farming set, and I would definitely love that as a higher tier hunter. I don't mind learning the patterns and just not getting hit. If that's gonna mean at the end of it I'm gonna get a buttload of extra content, then I'll definitely go through the struggle and die a couple times. And last but not least, where both of those have already been covered, where is the boy? That's the same thing too. And then all of these are just the gamma versions. Where's the big boy? There's the big boy. Okay, so Master's Touch, once again, like we said, hell no. Hard no, bud. But Elemental Airborne would be a great addition, especially for stuff like Insect Glaive, Sliding Hammer, you know, Heal Dual Blade, stuff like that. Hell, depending on how they do the actual, you know, elemental tree for melee weapon, like regular slow hitting melee weapons, that could be a great addition as well too, because we already have the airborne or the flight skill, right? But adding the elemental to it would definitely change up some play styles and create a new way to play, I think. That's about all of them. There are a couple other things in the game, like, you know, aquatic expert and like speed crawler and stuff like that. But I mean, who really wants those unless they're just gonna add them as table fodder to extend the hours of playtime? But that's been my list, guys. Let me know in the comment section if I missed anything or if you have a suggestion that I can cover in another video. It's been fun, and happy hunting and gathering resources before Iceborne. I'll see you there.